Okay, hey there, and welcome back to another guitar session with Jason Carey. Happy Wednesday. It's another live guitar session, and we want to welcome you if you're a newcomer. We're a little late tonight because we had a pretty interesting idea that we're going to try something new tonight. And I wanted to say, Aaron, I've been right out straight all day long, and I've been intending to call you and communicate with you all day long, but you have no. It's been a crazy day. So just so you know, I won't be over tonight, but I plan on being at Studio Carey again next week in Augusta, Maine. So happy picking, everybody, and welcome to What Makes You Country. It's a Luke Bryan guitar lesson, and we are going to take a look right now at the introduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down piece by piece for us, okay? It's just I'm going to assume that I'm not sure if I'm sort of like, am I too loud in the cans? No? Maybe I should be louder then. How are we doing? Good voice and guitar balance? So if anything needs to change, you just let me know. So right now we're going to talk about breaking it down one piece at a time. I'm assuming that everyone's in tune, but just in case we're not, why don't we check it just in case. So here's your A440. And that would be the natural harmonic on fret number 5 on the D string, on the A string. So those of us who aren't familiar with natural harmonics, let's go ahead and plug into the bridge pickup on the guitar. If you're on electric guitar tonight, and then fret number 5, we're right over the fret, round part of the finger meets right over the fret. We're not actually plucking the string right where we would normally, but we're actually over the fret. And lightly touch the fret, pluck it back here. We'll get out of the way of all the notes, get out of the way there, and then we've got this nice bell-like sound that should match up with this. A 440 cycles per second. I'll put it in my mouth because I can hear it when I put it in my teeth. It vibrates the cranium, and I'm in tune here. Let's just go through and just do a double take here that we're in tune. So I'm good to go. So hopefully you got that, and you can take a look at the tuning process. If you have any questions about the tuning process I use, it's a better way I found to calibrate the guitar's tuning, so that we can also compensate tuning for. It's a long story, but if you have questions about the tuning, we could talk about it. So here we go. First lick for What Makes You Country. Put my other earbud in here so I can keep up. The first chord is, it's like a G chord, right? So we're playing G, you know, like we would play at any AC/DC song or whatever, but this time we're playing country. So we've got that G chord, but this time first finger is kind of like a mock between sort of an AC/DC meets Eagles kind of G chord. So we get that first finger on fret number 1 on the B. Okay, so finger 1 on fret 1. That's also laying over the high E string to choke it out. This third finger is doing the same old bad technique, lazy fingers. Okay, and then we're moving on to the B flat. Okay, so we've got. Okay, so we've got that nice B flat, 2 middle strings. Think Smoke on the Water. Okay, so we've got that happening, but. Okay, so we've got that little G sort of like minor pentatonic lick, but it's in the open string, open position of the guitar. It's a really useful position to play in. If we're bored of playing in open position, you don't really enjoy playing the guitar, hang it up now because it's not going to get any more fun than open position. Okay, but open position is fun to come back to time and again, but it's fun to get up here and tear it apart, which we might do later on in the song. The third chord in the introduction, we could use that Jimi Hendrix technique where we lay that thumb over the bottom low E string on fret number 1 to grab that fret number 1, and then that thumb also doubles, that fat part of the thumb also doubles as a choking agent to get that A string choked out. Third finger on the D string. Oh, but this time the third finger has to come up over to open up that G string. This is a challenging chord. There's no doubt about it. We've got a fret 1 by the thumb, choke, third fret with a third finger, open G, because the third finger is arched up and over enough to manage that somehow, some kind of miracle. And then finger 1, maybe it's not a miracle, but it's pretty close. Finger 1 on fret number 1 on the B, and then finger 4 on fret number 3 on the high E. Okay, so it's... Oop. I've been playing acoustic guitar a lot for the past 5 years, and this guitar string, these electric guitar strings are like butter, so if I'm playing out of tune tonight, please forgive me. The third chord is going to be the C sus2, or the C, we'll call it C sus2. So we're not playing we're not playing a major 3 in the chord, so it'll be a C sus2. So we're suspending the use of the third. Those chord geeks out there, we're suspending the use of the third by adding the 9. Okay, so if you're into the C major chord, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or the C major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, a do, a do, right? So that's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That could also be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And we go over, or 8. When we go over 8, we come to what? 9. So that's where the 9 comes from in the C sus2. Okay, so just a handy little quippet there. We've got that nice introduction here. So as far we have G sus4. And then F, what do we call that? That's F add 9 as well. So we've got an F note, G, C, and G. And then C sus2 or C9, I guess. So it's F sus2, I guess. There's no 9, there's no third in the chord. So F sus2 and C sus2, and then back to G. And then here we come to the next part. There's a really cool lick that happens right before we get into that little country guitar lick roll. So we start on fret number 2. Maybe we start and slide. As we slide up the string on fret number 2 on the G string, we'll go ahead and kind of like slide quickly, but just lightly lift pressure, remove pressure from the string as we slide, not too quickly because the note will die right away, but you know, somewhere up here, by the time we get to fret 16 or 17 or whatever, we can actually slide off the string, but don't slide completely off the string because we end up leaving the string open. We just kind of choke it out with the right hand, or just kind of leave the left hand laying on the string set, and that would cover us. Okay? Then we have this really cool lick. Oh, we've got to make sure that slide is accurate. We want to articulate an accurate slide there. And when we get there with finger number 2, we're not too concerned about playing in tune, really, because it's kind of like country rock and roll, so we can kind of tug that string around. You know, if we were playing a little slower and we're careful about, you know, not sounding sharp, then we could, you know, do a different kind of vibrato. But right now we're bending that fret number 2 up to sound like fret number 4 on the G string. and then we're hopping up over the B. Get that upstroke on fret 3 on the high E string, and then we're going to hold that bend on the G string, then come back down to the G string and pluck it and release the bend, and then going to open G, and then fret 2 on the D, and then open D, and then open G, and then we're sliding accurately from fret number 2 on the D to fret number 5 on the D. Okay? This time, the second time around, we're not kind of holding the bend, we're kind of coming back down to, and then we're sliding. It's a little different the second time around. Okay, and then that's the third time. So we've got that nice fret 3 on the high E string, downstroke, and then upstroke on the G string on fret 2. We're bending it, don't release the bend. Go back to the unbent note on fret number 2. Okay, so that's the lick. You've seen what it looks like. If you need to rewind it, go ahead and rewind it. We're going to keep moving on unless you have... Do you have any questions? If we have questions too, just let me know. We have a moderator on tonight, so go ahead and leave a live... We have a live chat open tonight too, so if you have questions, and let's see how many questions we can tackle tonight. All right? Then the turnaround that leads into the verse of the song, finally, after the beautiful introduction, we have this nice F, sus2, and then C, kind of like a country C5. So the F sus2 is fret 3. It's the same as the F, but with no thumb. F sus2, but with no thumb. So you could either choke out that G string, play fret 1 and fret 3. That would be fine. Or you could open up that open G string if you want. I think it sounds a little cleaner if we leave the open G string out, but sometimes, depending on what I have for breakfast, I like to throw the open G string in there. So you can too. So C5 is C, choke, open, 1, and 3. So then we come into the verse section. There's a really cool guitar lick, electric guitar lick that's sort of I don't know if it's overdubbed or how they do it, if they play it all live in the band, or if they send each part to each individual player and they learn each part individually and they come in and overdub sessions. Who knows? But if they recorded it as a band, there is an electric guitar part on this track. There's a little palm mute here, which means we're sort of karate chopping the bridge, kind of keeping it, keeping it palm muted. And it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we have fret 3, fret 2 on the D, open G, and then that's all we're doing is we're hopping around on those 3 notes. 3, 3, or F, F, E, F, G, F, E. And if you could count this out loud while you're practicing it, this will help us to put this thing together more quickly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's really cool. That's fun. But the verse is kind of like, kind of like the intro. G, F, F, and then C, back to G5, and then F, oops, G. There's a little stop time punch here, and then F, and then C, 3, 4, and then hang on C, G. So let's go over that part again. So it's that stop time is really fun. It's G, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so that stop time part's pretty interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 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 rest. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and just kind of go crazy on that C. Play it, don't play it, let it ring. So the chorus is G, and then F, and then C, and then hang on C, and then we're going back into that. That's actually not the lick, but would use the same thing that we did in the introduction of the song. So you can go back to the beginning if you'd like to learn that lick. But there's that. I think that's most of the song for tonight. If you have questions, now's a great time to ask those questions. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to tell your friends, your friendlies, your guitar friendlies, that number one, that we have this live stream every Wednesday night at Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. And have them tag along. Maybe we can get a little party going here, and we can have some fun. So I have had a couple of requests coming, and they are coming. So thanks for those requests, and we'll do our best to get to those. I think we're going to increase the frequency in the next couple weeks here of these live streams. So hopefully we can hit some more people and have some good quality hang time. But be sure to tell your friends, and then be sure to like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and give us a little less, you know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, and maybe we'll see you again next time. So do we have any questions? If we don't have any questions, just check us out on Facebook too. We have a nice Facebook page that we're starting to promote now, and we also have written a song that's a really great song, and it's called A Song for Eugene. And that song is, it was written for a fallen Somerset County Sheriff here in Maine, and it just it's a fun song. It's not about a fun concept, but I think it's maybe it's not really a fun song. It's a song that sort of explores the lifestyle of our law enforcement and what they do, sort of walking that line between the fringe of our culture, kind of living out there on the other side of the law, and they're doing sort of living over here a little bit, and then they kind of come back and live over here a little bit, and be sort of normal and stuff. And I don't think we take enough time to practice gratitude for that kind of thing. So I want to be sure and practice gratitude for that. So please enjoy Song for Eugene. We enjoy it, and hope you enjoy it too. So I'm going to play us a little song called What Makes You Country, which is the guitar lesson that we're involved with tonight. As we play out, if you have any questions last minute, chime in and we can get to them. If you don't, see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy picking. Till then.